Climate change is a huge issue in our society today that negatively affects our health, environment, and the economy. 97% of scientists believe climate change is real, while only 3% deny it. Of these 3%, many of them are affiliated with big corporations like Exxon, who only has to gain from the continued warming of our planet. Climate change is caused by an excess of greenhouse gases released into our atmosphere. Methane, a greenhouse gas, is less known than CO2, but is 23 times more powerful over its lifetime and 86 times stronger in a 20-year time frame than CO2 when it comes to heat trapping. It's emitted into our atmosphere through natural sources such as wetlands, but humans are the main contributor with landfills, coal mining, and agriculture, which is responsible for 62% of methane emissions in California. Our government has taken little action to change our country's ways, especially around livestock's effect on our climate. In California, the Global Warming Solution Act mandates that the state reduces its emissions by 20%. And yet agriculture is the only sector not to be regulated. This is a huge problem because agriculture is the primary producer of methane. Farmers are only half the issue. The root of the problem is us, with the average American consuming 270.7 pounds of meat per year. We're in a positive feedback loop. Each cow releases 154 to 164 pounds of methane per year. The more we eat, the more methane we will produce. Farmers are prompted by the demand to use bad farming techniques. Cows are crowded into tight farmhouses with barely enough room to move, creating a methane powerhouse. For many farmers, it is not economically viable to cut down on their methane emissions, since they would have to cut down on their herd. However, there are other options to minimize methane emissions. One option is methane digesters. Methane digesters use methane release from manure and organic material to make an average of 28,800 kilowatt hours per pound, giving the farmers a renewable source of energy. To ensure you get the most sustainable meat possible, look for grass-fed brands and farms that use methane digesters. To make an even greater impact, remove meat altogether. Widespread vegetarianism in the United States could potentially cut the U.S.'s food-related greenhouse gas emissions by 2/3. From increased storms to extreme droughts and heat waves, it's undeniable the impact we have on our climate. We must change our daily routines in order to limit the destruction of this planet. Your Earth is in pain, so please refrain from creating methane.